If someday you should see Thomas the tank engine puffing happily along the line, he may be on his way to a village nestled deep in the heart.
It's winter fall, red skies are gleaming. Oh!
It's nearly Thanksgiving, and I'll bring you lots of letters and parcels. But then an early snowstorm came. The island was covered with thick snow. The engines found work difficult. Some had to help clear snow from the track, and workmen hacked away at the frozen banks of ice. Thomas and Percy were collecting important mail for Thanksgiving. Driver says there's lots of mail for the village, said Thomas. I'll need an extra car for it all. Percy was feeling left out. It's not fair, you're not leaving. This is better. Sir Topham Hatt needs us at the big station. Percy, you are to take Thomas's train to the village. Percy was delighted, but Thomas was sad. I won't be able to say Happy Thanksgiving to
Thomas and his
friends. Percy was making good time on his way to the village when suddenly, "What's that?" called his driver. There ahead was a fogman by the line. He was holding a red light. Percy was soon steaming to Harold's airfield. "Beep, beep!" whistled Percy. "Wake up, lazy wings! The mountain villagers need your help. They're stranded." "Whiz-oh," replied Harold. "I like an emergency to keep me warm." And he buzzed away. "Now," sighed Percy, "what's next?" Grandpa. The two engines battled their way through the snow. At last they reached the village. Harold was already there, busily dropping food for Thanksgiving dinner to the people below. Terence quickly got to work. "Lovely stuff," he said as he pushed the snow aside.
"Well done, Percy! Well done, Thomas!" cheered the villagers. "You're the best Santa Claus." "What's a Santa Claus?" asked Percy. Santa Claus is Santa Claus. Percy looked at his funnel. "I wonder if..." "No," laughed Thomas. Santa Claus is Santa Claus. Which reminds me, your post train is still back in the siding, isn't it?
Percy hurried back to fetch it.
Just then, Toby arrived with Henrietta. "We've brought lots of hot drinks and food for..."
So what's that?
That night, Toby had gone back to their sheds except all the engines. The villagers had made a plan to thank the engines. They loaded paint pots and parcels into Henrietta, then they set off through the moonlit countryside. All the engines were fast in the sheds as Toby ran silently into the yard. He had no idea. When the engines woke the next morning, they could not believe their eyes. The sheds had been repainted and decorated. Parcels lay everywhere. The engines whistled in delight.
And everyone agreed that it was a really happy Thanksgiving.